fighting pride of Liverpool, WBC Cruiserweight World Champion, Anthony Bomber Bellew.
Action. Now everyone fucking shut up and let's get this party started.
So Tony, back at the start of May, you beat David Hay for the second time. Would have been a great way to go out. I think Dave Coldwell, your trainer, would have been happy for you to do that.
After the first David Hay fight, I was like, retire. But I understood because of the way it ended it, there was going to be a rematch. After the second one, that's it, mate. You've done. World champion, secured your family's future. Done. Nothing else to prove or to do.
Then in the summer, Usyk unifies all the belts against Gassiev and he calls your name. So set the scene for us.
In all honesty, once I beat David, I was retired. In the back of my mind, I still harboured thoughts for fighting and I still love fighting, but truth be known, I got married in the July and I was definitely retired because, let me tell you, I drank the Castle dry on the night of my wedding, so I was definitely retired. I've never been the biggest drinker and I brought most of it back up by the Sunday morning, but it doesn't matter. I had a good time, so I was definitely retired, and then went on my honeymoon. I should have known it went over and I found myself in a bar with me missus and found myself watching Gassiev and Usyk on a friend's mobile phone, and then that's when I knew. I just said to my missus, I've got to go and do something a sec, give us a minute, and I left her with a friend of mine now, but he was a stranger at the time, and I said, just keep your eye on me missus for me, and she said, Evan was talking to me missus, I was watching this fight on the phone, and every minute I was watching, I was just thinking, I can beat this fella. I know I can beat him. That's what was going through my mind.
You know, we both thought that Usyk was going to walk the tournament, but I never even texted him. To say, you know, are you watching it? Because you're retired, and I know that you're on your honeymoon. So forget about it. I'm not going to interrupt your life about boxing one bit.
At the end, I watched him raising his hand, a big victorious scream from him, and I just thought, I want him. And then someone said to me, he's just said your name. I said, you what? And then I realised the first name he called when he had all the 4 belts draped around his waist was the fat boy from Liverpool, Tony Bellew.
Я же слышал, что Тони Беллью хочет.
At this moment, I heard that Tony Bellew is looking for a fight with the winner of Muhammad Ali trophy.
Он же меня увидит,
I hope he would see me talking. Hey, Tony Bellew, are you ready?
My actual words were, I just leant over at my wife. I was thinking, oh shit, we're doing it again. There was no way that he was going to turn that down. There's no way that somebody's going to call his name out after all the years of him shouting his mouth off about other fighters to get what he wants. There's no way that this guy that's just got all the belts in his division is going to turn around, shout his name out, and Tony's not going to say, yep, okay, I'll fight you. And
when someone calls my phone, mate, I always answer. I'm a sure thing for that. So I walked over to the missus and she was like, we're on our honeymoon and you're watching a boxing match on a phone. What are you doing? And I was like, I know, love, but it doesn't matter, you know, it's all over now, so let's get back to enjoying our night. We enjoyed our night. I said to her, I need to go to the toilet, went to the toilet and phoned Eddie in. And I said, make the fight. And he went, are you sure? And he went, Tone, you know, you don't need this, are you sure? And I said, I don't care what anyone thinks, anyone else, just make the fight, I'm going to tank him. And he was like, okie doke, I'll make contact, we'll see what the dance is. Went back to my message, said, where have you been? Just said the toilet, didn't tell her I'd phoned Eddie. The night progresses a little bit longer. I texted Dave.
And I looked at my phone and Twitter was going nuts, my Instagram was going absolutely bonkers, everybody messaging, everybody tweeting about it. I thought, oh God. And then I got the text message off of him.
I know I can beat him.
And then he rang me. And I said, what do you think? I said, I do. He said, I think I can beat him. I said, so do I. I said, it's an hard fight. I said, but I do think you can beat him.
Sound is 2 out of 3. And then the next morning, once the world seemed like a nicer place, I said to my missus, I need to do this fight. And she was like, you said it was over. And I was like, just one more time. And she was like, no, I'm not having it. You said it was over. You know, I'll let you do the last one with the Hay thing because you give me your word and all that. I understood that. I don't get this. You've got everything in place that you need. we're happy, we're secure, everything's done. Why do you need to do it? And I was like, I've been studying this game since I was 10, 11 years old. I've had dreams of being world champion and all the other stuff, and I've seen amazing fighters, legends, icons in the game, the likes of Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, draped with belts all over his waist, 4 belts, the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, 2, 3, 4 belts, Floyd Mayweather, all these names that I keep saying. And while I always thought I could be world champion, never in a million years did I dream I'd be one of them fella draped with all the 4 belts around his waist. It's in the cruiserweight division, it had never been done. Holyfield had 3, he never held all 4. And it's just, this guy is standing there with all 4 belts and he's saying my name. There was no way in a million years I could pass it up.
Then we talked about the weight. That was my initial worry, was the weight. Yeah, I was like, I prefer it at 15 stone. I was like, yeah, but it's all the belts. It's if I beat him at 15 stone, I don't get no credit. It was about the credit. It was about what, why am I gonna beat the man and not have anything to show for it? People just say, oh, you made him come out of his weight division, even though Usyk was, he wanted it at heavyweight. So if it's a cruiserweight, I said, my worry is you've not boxed at that weight for 2 years. We've spent all this time at a heavier weight. You are now that weight. You are a heavier man. And I said that you've got to do absolutely everything right. You've got to do, there's no cheats. There's no falling off. You've got to do it absolutely bang on, and it has.
I'm not somebody who trains to get in the bed. It's different how I think. It's different to how other fighters think. I'm not training for any particular reason or obviously we work towards a game plan, but I'm training to get in the best physical shape possible so that I can, and everyone keeps taking the piss out of what I say, but to get home safely. The fitter I am, the less chance it is I can be hurt, and that's why I train the way I do. If I'm in great shape, which believe you me right now I am, he can't hurt me.
It's no good me devising a game plan if what I want Tony to do, he can't do. But the way that I've been coaching him for the last 5 years is to improve every aspect of him all round. If you look at, I watched the Rudev fight actually, funny enough, yesterday, and I look at him as a fighter, then I look at him now, it's completely different. But this is what we do. This is what we work together on. Is improving every aspect of your game. When
I've gone into fights and I've not been in the best shape, I've carried injuries, I've carried things into fights, or I haven't been the best of times, or I've had incompetent men in my corner, which I have had in the past earlier on in my career. But I've ticked all them boxes now, and I'm in unbelievable shape. This camp has been very hard. I'm not a liar. Fighters are great liars. That's the truth. I can't lie. I can't come out and tell you, I'm amazing. It feels like all fighters give you that same shit of, this is the best camp of my career. I'm in the best shape of my life. Am I in the best shape of my career? Possibly, but have I had better camps than this? Definitely, yeah. I've had camps where I felt absolutely amazing, but then I've had camps where it's been the worst camp ever. The camp for Goodison Park was an absolute disaster. And in my opinion, that was probably one of the best performances in my career. I detached my floating rib 3 weeks before Goodison Park. I didn't spar for 3 weeks before it. Before the last David Haye fight, the David Haye rematch, I'd torn me intercostal muscle off one of my ribs and it popped, and I had to stop sparring 2 weeks before. So things happen in camp, and like I said, over the last 3 or 4 camps, these things happen right towards the end. It's just your body telling you your body's at breaking point and it can't take no more.
He's one of these guys that's that pig-headed in his head that no matter if you're faster, you're stronger, you punch harder, whatever, I will find a way to beat you. And that's what he is. That's a massive, massive part to his game. I'm not sure Usyk is the same in that regards.
When you're doing something and it's for the last time, particularly the last week maybe, you start doing something and it might occur to you, this is the last time I'll be doing this. You checked out of your hotel last night for the last time. We
So
watched
this
you
morning.
pack away your sparring kit just now for the
Yeah.
last time. I mean, do you reflect on things like that?
I have done a little bit more this camp, definitely. I packed my box away last time. My Hitman box, I call it. It's just got all my gear in. I'm a fighter who's very... I'm an OCD. I've got OCD. I'm a bit of a weirdo. And I can't stop putting things away, tidying up and stuff. And I like all my stuff in one place. So I'll take that box home and I'll put it back in my garage. And it won't come out again until I have to go to war again. That's how I look at it. And Dave Coldwell's probably looking at me now, just shaking his head as if to say, that's not happening. So that box is, I suppose, is going to stay locked forever until my kids want to look at it and see what it was. And what I'll tell them is that's what Dad opened up when he used to go to work, and that's what it's for, mate. The box of hell. Because there's so much pain, tears, sweat, blood gone into that box. All the gloves that I use in camp, the bandages, the tape for my hands, just little things. And I'm going to be sorry to let it go. It's been a good box.
And it's amazing, really, when you look at athletes' careers sometimes, how there's ups and downs, and have been with yours as there are with everybody's.
Oh,
and
yes.
now you're building to this pinnacle, and we talked about timing earlier on with, for the first time, someone having all the belts and then calling your name. I mean, when you look back on your career as a whole, it's an incredible way to end.
It is, mate. It's something that I never dreamed possible, and that's the only reason I'm coming back. Nothing could have lured me out of becoming Jim Royal. Nothing, mate. My plan was just to have a remote control strapped to the arm of the couch and relax and enjoy life. I've made a beautiful life for myself. I've got boss kids. They live in a lovely area, in a boss big house. We have nice holidays. Nothing was going to draw me away from that, but I don't know. I'm going to be looked back on. What I'll say is I should never be regarded as an iconic figure or a legend in the game. I don't think I'll ever be that. But what I'd love to be known as, and I know I'm already known as this by my peers, because when I met Andre Ward, when we were doing Creed, we got to know each other. Andre's a great lad, a diamond of a fella, and we were in the van going to set one day, and we were coming back, I think, we'd been working, and he says to me, do you know the one thing I respect about you? Now, bearing in mind, I hadn't even won as much as a European title yet. British and Commonwealth was all I'd held. I'd fought for world titles, I fought with Donna Stevenson at this stage, and he said to me, the one thing I respect about you is you fight anybody, and you'll go anywhere and do it. And that was the biggest compliment that anyone can ever pay me. So I just want to be known as someone who will fight anyone, and he's not scared of no one. I've always said I'm not, but it's one thing saying it. A lot of fighters say I'll fight anyone. I literally will fight anyone. Within a limit, like, you know what I mean, with these silly big heavyweights, but anyone within my stratosphere or my category, I will face any of them. I don't care how good they are. And I think by doing this fight, I proved it, because the whole world said I wouldn't even face this guy.
Fairytale ending. That's what I think. Fairytale ending. It's been a great story. It's been a great ride. We've just got one more last push, and yeah, it's, you know what? We've saved the biggest push, the biggest task for last, and it's fitting that this is his last one, because it's going to take absolutely everything, every bit of ability that he's got, drive, determination, and what he's got left in this sport. I think it's going to take all that to beat Usyk. I think you'll get that.
When you look at him, Usyk, what do you see?
I see a fantastic fighter. I think only a fool would look at that and say he's not. He's a fantastic fighter. But if you look at snippets of fighters, if you looked at snippets at me, I would look good, right? But then if you look at it over the longer periods, for 3 minutes of each round of every fight, then you start seeing and you start noticing. If you look at snippets of and highlights of fights, you look at the Gassiev fight, you just think, wow, how'd you beat that?
You know, when you talk about Alexander Usyk, this is a man who's won every single thing he could possibly win in boxing. He's become European amateur champion, world amateur champion, Olympic gold medalist, won the WSB. That's everything he can possibly win in the amateur game. He gets into professional boxing. He's won every single belt he could possibly win. There is nothing this boy hasn't done. What he hasn't done yet is secure that mental makeup. That I think that's his frailty. I think he underestimates and overestimates people.
I think Usyk is similar to him in that he's half a nutcase, and I mean that in the best possible way.
I think he's got a bit of a screw loose, similar to me. in all honesty, when I look at him, I see a lot of myself in him. Someone who's not all there. Someone who's extremely determined. Someone who really believes in himself.
I think sometimes these guys that are of that level strive for success, gain that success, and how they are. There's a little bit of a nut in him. I think he strikes me as being a guy that wants to get his shots off and not take anything back. Doesn't like getting hit back at all. Not at all. No fighter likes getting hit, but I don't think he's willing to get hit. Or at least he's not shown me that in what I've seen of him. You know, obviously, you take the odd shots, but he's always one of these guys that wants to get his shots off and not get nails at the same time. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts if he's getting hit a lot and often.
He has more, I would say, athletic ability than me. I mean, have you seen the fella dance? I mean, for God's sake, this guy can dance like he's a bleeding tap dancer. So he's got everything. He's an unbelievable fighter, mate. He's brilliant at what he does.
Studying minute after minute of him, watching full fights of him, 3 minutes of a round of him, you do notice that he's not unbeatable. You do notice that there are things that you can capitalise on. You watch Usyk against Bradis, especially at first 5-6 rounds. You watch Usyk against Hunter. You watch Usyk in a couple of his amateur fights. Then you look at me and think, well, hang on a minute. He's very good. But is he unbeatable? No, he's not. If you can get hit, you're not unbeatable. If you've lost rounds in a career, you've not proved that you're unbeatable. Because if you can win a round off somebody, it means you can win it again. You can do it again. If you can hit somebody, it means you can hit them again.
That was an Alexander Usyk fan. So, but this isn't amateur boxing. This is professional boxing. This is the hate business, and that is my speciality: hating people. It's not the nicest thing to have, but let me tell you, mate, I'm good at it. And on November the 10th, he's going to find out the hard way. He's not, as good as he is, he's not invincible, he's not unbeatable. He's shown vulnerabilities.
If he loads and tries to take his head off with every shot, nah. Usyk will take him apart with that. He's got to be smart with it. And you've got to look at it as a long fight. You've got to look at how you're going to break him down. You've got to look at how you can take him apart.
I'm going to beat him, trust me. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to break his heart. I'm going to take his soul. And when I've done it, there is no excuses. No one can ever take that away from me. No one can ever tell me that I haven't beat one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time. And it's mad to say he's better than me. He's brilliant. He's great at what he does. But that's not enough. Styles make fights, and I'm going to do things that's never been done to him before.
Usyk's a rhythm fighter. Once he's in that rhythm, he's very, very good. And fighters are always in awe of his rhythm and what he does. And you can't look at what he's doing too much. You have to focus on what you're doing to break his rhythm, take him out of his rhythm. When he's been took out of his rhythm in the past, he's an ordinary, not ordinary, but he's just another fighter. He's very, very fast, very, very fit. If you take away his fitness, his energy, his fitness, and his speed, then is he technically better than everybody else out there?
But believe you me, mate, I'm going to punch his face in on November the 10th because he has something that I want. We both have something that each other wants in this fight coming in. He wants that pay-per-view fame. He wants what the UK boxing audience brings to the table. That's what Usyk wants. I want what he's got. I want them belts. So this is going to be a trade-off. I'll give you. I would happily give you everything I bring to the table. The fame, the numbers, the money. I'll give it away tomorrow. I want the belts. And that's what I'm coming for on November the 10th.